Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by Tennova Healthcare. This month is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Tennessee, this coming Saturday against Western Carolina, will have a prostate cancer awareness game. Take this disease seriously, men. Visit Tennova.com and learn about their Men's Health Center of Excellence. Tennova.com is where you can learn more about the Men's Health Center of Excellence. Tremendous program. It can save your life. Tennova saved mine. Prostate cancer awareness game Saturday against Western Carolina. All right, want to welcome in the next two members of our panel. Former Vol Sterling Hinton, Chuck Cavaleris. Good to have you guys here. All right, fame or blame? I'm just going to let you guys, I want to know who deserves a thumbs up, who deserves a thumbs down, or Bob, I know how you're going to start. Who deserves another finger?
I think they call it Digitus Magnimus. And it goes to Eric Striker, because after the game was over with, Eric Striker comes down to the north
Oklahoma's
end zone.
defensive end. So good.
Defensive end. He comes down to the north end zone, and it looks to me from a long ways off that he's challenging Tennessee fans to come down there. It's not just a simple case of beating your chest.
Yeah.
He then slow walks all the way around that side of the stadium. Oklahoma people are coming and trying to get him off the field, and he still continues to doing it. So I think, okay, you win. As Butch Jones said, son, win with a little bit of class.
Yeah, he told him to win with class afterwards, and Stryker said, I don't know why he said that.
Yeah, well, that's the reason he said it.
Yeah, there was another Oklahoma player that also walked off flipping a bird at Tennessee's fans.
Speaking of the Digitus Magnimus.
All right, fame or blame, Pearl?
Well, I'm giving a lot of fame to Cam Sutton. Cam played an excellent game yesterday. Even his leverage on some of the tackles he made in their run game, I thought Cam played an excellent game. My blame goes directly to the refs. Who are these guys?
Knew it.
I mean, come on, it's obvious. I mean, these guys, it's unfortunate. I know they're human or they make mistakes, but making calls like that in such a big game, that's not acceptable.
But, okay, these go both ways. Cam Sutton had an obvious pass interference they didn't call on a third down that would have given Oklahoma a first down. Yeah, ignore the facts. Ignore the facts.
But that's the vision call. That's a vision call. If you're out of bounds, that's why the lines are there.
I agree with
out
that.
of bounds.
The pass interference call was terrible.
You can't have interference out of bounds.
Yeah.
Once everything's out of bounds, it's not in play.
But here's the thing. You know what Tennessee fans would be screaming about today? If the roles reversed and Mayfield is ruled forward progress, and you don't get the fumble for the hell, it happened in the Tennessee-Oklahoma game last year. Tennessee caught a break on that one. They could have easily said that's a touchdown. It comes out in the wash, Pearl.
But that's still in the field of play.
All right. Okay. All right.
Boom, boom.
Fame or blame, David?
I'm gonna go blame on the offensive coaches, and it's not from a starting game plan standpoint, but what occurred over the course of the game. Oklahoma made adjustments, and they brought a lot defensively against the offensive line, and we just didn't have anything to counter that. Whether it's a blocking scheme or saying, hey, we're gonna start dumping it out into the flats. Where is that? When you're bringing defenders, there are open areas. Find those. They didn't find them. They didn't just find those open areas. Fame. Nobody gets any fame for this game.
For me, how about his fame? Your two Jalen's, Reese Maben and Hurd. Goodness gracious, 21 tackles, and again, one of those plays by Reese Maben in the backfield where he just obliterates the offensive player.
13 solo tackles.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurd, well, you can tell how much bigger, stronger he is, more power. I mean, when you see performances like that, I think that's what hurts the most when you don't finish it, when you have two players playing like that. And Tennessee's punter. Boy, I mean, boom, son, there. That was like old-time football.
Trevor Daniel, I thought, was the best player you had on the field yesterday. Because field position was so big for so much of that game, and there were times when it looked like, okay, now Oklahoma's going to flip the field, and he killed it. Killed it.
And the last thing, I guess, and I'm not going to really point any fingers, but just watching it, from a little bit higher angle, Tennessee's middle linebacker play has got to get better. You're going to be at a huge disadvantage there. And not pointing any fingers, but a couple of key defensive holding calls, and then some other plays that you have to be able to make.
This segment is about pointing fingers. Colton Jumper did not have a great day.
This whole segment's been about fingers, as a matter of fact.
I mean, Colton Jumper didn't have a great day. You wonder where Kirkland was, who looked so good against Bowling Green, and you also have to wonder, are those the only two linebackers you've got? I mean, you got Reeves Maben, Kirkland, and Jumper. Where are all the other guys? That's a question. You're getting better in a lot of areas, talent-wise. But in year 3, I'm wondering where the linebackers are. That bothers you.
Well, it bothers me because I think you got some talent back there, and they've got to step it up. They've got to step it up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they're a
Yeah.
Will or an outside
Yeah,
backer.
it's
Change
gotta
their
step up.
position.
They gotta
They got to
step
be
it up.
versatile.
Well, they
Kenny
keep moving.
Bynum.
Dylan Bates
Yeah.
keeps moving back and forth in the field.
Well, we forgot to point one finger though, John.
Okay.
How about I give a little praise to Todd Kelly Jr. 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
One
That's
game,
it.
2 interceptions.
Yeah,
that's a great
he's
play.
a ball magnet. They
Oh,
find him on the field.
makes it happen.
I'm very quickly. I'm going to give a little credit here to Emmanuel Mosley as well. After he got smoked last week, he had a much better game yesterday. He could have taken it in the tank. So it's good to see he had the confidence to come back. Aaron Medley, he went from a strength last year that you felt good about, especially inside the 40. Now you have to start wondering how comfortable are you with this guy as your kicker? Is there anybody else over there? You hate to do that, but kicker. Fuad Reveiz admitted it on this show back in August. Kickers can be crazy. Good one year, not the next. It can happen. But I want to throw a little blame very quickly at 2 guys. Said it all off season. I didn't want to hear any more about wide receiver U until they played like it. Haven't seen it. Zach Azzani, where are your guys? They're not getting open, and they're not making plays after the catch. And then at some point, Dan Mahoney, offensive line. You saw some of the same things last year that Oklahoma did with success. Yesterday, go for success again. I think that deserves some blame at this point. We'll see. They got 10 games to turn that around. All right. When we come back, we'll look position by position. This could get ugly. How did Tennessee do yesterday? How did they score? We'll tell you. Come on back.